Hey guys, it's Marshall Ting with your Superior Ag Insurance Ringside report for this past week, the week of January 21st through the 27th. So the snow is gone, but the mud took its place, and mercy was the mud here. But that didn't slow down your cattle producers this past week, and it daggone sure didn't slow down your cattle market. So we marketed 20,658 head of cattle across the state of Kentucky, and there's no trends just where so many barns were shut down last week due to the inclement weather. But I can tell you right now, this market is sharply higher, both on your lightweight cattle and your yearlings as well. Now, we saw a whole lot of big groups trade, your 6, 7, 8, 9 weight cattle trade this past week versus your smaller drafts. Sometimes it's unfeasible for these guys to get your smaller calves out, and that might have had a supply and demand issue that caused these cattle to be higher. But check these things out. I won't call them sharply higher where there's no trends, but this will be a really good way to prove it. So we had a 3-weight steer calf bring $3.30. Which is really, really good amidst everything that's going on, the weather and all that. But these cattle are up. So your 4-weight steer cattle, I'll give you a range of those about 260 to 290. They topped off at 317.5. And then your 5-weight steer cattle, 250 to 280. They topped at 301. So that's what's going on in your small deals. But we saw a lot of big cattle, big groups of cattle. Check these out. Not 8 weights right there underneath the cutoff, but a big string of them. Here's 140 head of black steers, 792 pounds on the average, 225 flat. Now here's another set, 70 head of black steers. These are going to be 804 on the average, so just a hair heavier at 225.25. And then here's a smaller draft of them, but the closest thing I could compare if you wanted a smaller draft cattle. Here's 33 head of black steers, 811 pounds on the average, 215.50. Then go on up a little bit heavier. Here's 63 head of black steers, 850 pounds on the average, 217.25. And then a big string to close off. Here's 132 head of mixed steers, 872 pounds on the average at 217 flat. So that's just going to show you there's a lot of these bigger groups of cattle, these heavier cattle. They came to town last week, and the market was really, really strong on those. Now, so what did your CME feeder cattle index do? Well, it rose just a little bit as well, just to fall in suit with everything that's going on. So your CME feeder cattle index for Monday the 22nd was 228.47. By the time Tuesday the 23rd got here, 230.21. So there's a jump. Wednesday the 24th, pretty steady, 230.68. Thursday the 25th, another jump, 232.06. And then we closed out the week on a high, Friday the 26th at 234.15. So that's what's going on in your cattle market. That's what's going on in your CME feeder cattle index. Both are on the rise. If you have any questions about this market report, or if you have any questions about an LRP policy, a livestock risk protection policy, feel free to reach out to the guys. Call Ian Thomas at 613-2453. Call Adam Shoemaker at 859-338-4116, or call Cole Clark at 859-865-2980. Check them out on the web, www.superioragins.com. Thank you so much. Stay warm, stay out of the mud. Talk to you next week.